You're listening to the Heart and Soul podcast with Kathryn Banco. I'm on a mission to celebrate breakthrough, empowerment, and shameless living in the lives of women everywhere. Join me and let's live unashamed together. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to, I almost said Summer House.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Heart and Soul. Melody's back.
Hi, guys.
We're virtual today.
Yes.
And we're both incredibly ghetto with our setups.
We are. But we made it.
We did it. We freaking did it. And if you're listening to this, which you should be, because are you dumb? We recorded this a week before this comes out. So if we miss anything that is new and up to date, it's because we're living in the past. So
correct.
Give us grace.
Yes, please.
Melody.
What's up?
How the heck are you?
I'm good.
You went on another world travel.
I did go on a travel. This one was my grandmother passed away. So
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So me and my mom went to the funeral, and so I met her in Germany, and we had a really good time. It was nice. I've never done like a solo trip with my mom, so it was kind of nice to just the two of us go around. And I had her we had so much time on our hands. We were there for a week, and we didn't have anything planned really other than, seeing family that was there already or that, traveled in. So I really just had her show me all the houses that she grew up in, where she was born. I learned so much about my mom.
Oh, that's honestly sweet.
Yeah. I didn't know that she was a home birth. Like, she just came early. So my Oma had no choice but to just give birth at home.
Just terrifying.
My mom. I know. Very
that
terrifying.
Honestly is terrifying.
Yeah. So, it was just nice to see all the houses that she grew up in. So she had like little stories and stuff, and just like showing me the little spots. And she's like, this is the farm that I learned how to drive a tractor. She just like filled me in on a lot of her childhood. And like, I've gone to her hometown. Like, I've been to Germany and been there in her hometown to visit family many times, but we never just had this amount of time to just really go around and kind of just hear specifically about her and take the time to do that and to reminisce. And it was nice to do that just because we were in the mindset of thinking about her mother, and it was just like good mom-daughter time.
It sounds really sweet. I bet she cherished that.
I think so. And it was nice. It was over Mother's Day, so we got to spend Mother's Day together. And then the following day was the funeral on Monday. So I got to meet so many family members and relatives, and got to see family members that I probably didn't see since I was 2.
That's crazy.
Or, a few that I hadn't seen since maybe like 5 or 6 years ago when we went to visit. So it was all in all just like a really good trip. I felt like I didn't get jet lagged either. I kind of just rejected it.
Oh, she said no, ma'am.
I said no. I said I won't be jet lagged. I'm not about to go through all of that. So guess what? Suck it up. And I just didn't. It's kind of weird.
That is on the power of the mind, baby.
It really is. I came back and just fell right into it. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was so strange. It kind of felt like I was never even there.
Was it a dream?
Was it a dream? Was it? Did it even happen? I don't know, but it was the strangest thing. It was very strange, but I did kind of get a sinus infection because everything was in bloom over there. It was gorgeous. The weather was perfect. It was like 70 during the day, like 45 at night. We just get cozy in sweaters and just sit. We were just outside all day and all night. And that I have allergies real bad. So
Me too.
that was not great for my allergies and all these different plants and trees that I'm not used to. And so I definitely got like a little sinusy thing. And so I'm still a little nasally and trying to like get all that congestion out. But it was so nice. I
That is
wouldn't take it
really
back.
nice.
I wouldn't take it back.
Like last week, I think there was an episode I recorded with someone called Get to Know Your Mother. And she like
Yes.
wrote a whole book from like her mother's perspective and her perspective of how like she had so much I guess like bitterness towards her mom, but never knew her mom's story. And then finally when she like got to know her mom, she
Yeah.
was like she had like so much more empathy and was like, "Oh, I understand. Like this is
Yeah.
why this happened." And it was really good conversation. And you
That,
just did that.
that was really good. I remember listening to that, and I listened to it when I was on the way back from my trip. And I remember like, yeah, it's very much so. If you don't ask the questions, they're not gonna just willingly tell you things. And so I just remember, um, you know, kind of forcing my mom, being like, where did you grow up? Show me the house you lived in, like all this stuff. And I'm like, tell me this. So why? So why? Like, if she told me something, I'm like, okay, what do you remember about that? Or like, why was it like this? And yeah, it truly was like, you just have to ask the questions.
I'm so glad you got that time with her.
I know. Me too.
We did a similar trip to Germany, but it was Ocean Isle Beach. I don't know if we've heard of it.
Just a hop, skip, jump down the river.
Major jet lag. Major jet lag. Couldn't escape it. No, it's
No.
only like an hour drive from Wilmington. But we did that with my last week with my family and then family friends that we grew up with. So like
Nice.
we had like a duplex where there's like 7 rooms on one side, 7 on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 18 total people there.
7 rooms and 7 rooms.
Correct.
18 people.
So like it was my parents, me and my brother, our spouses, and then the 3 grandkids on one side, and then the exact same scenario on the other side.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a lot of people. It was a great time especially for the kids.
Yeah.
But speaking of sinus infections, from the time we were there to the time we left, there were 2 urgent care visits. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sick people.
No. What happened?
You're all cooped up in a house together. Someone brings germs in and it's game
I
over.
know. Someone's got to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, my mom was the first to ruin it. I'm just kidding, Mom. If you're listening, you did not ruin it. She got laryngitis, so it actually wasn't contagious, but she
Oh,
could
gosh.
not speak the entire time.
Oh, no. That's the worst.
I know. And then my niece had an ear infection. William got swimmer's ear.
Oh, no.
Me and Michael couldn't breathe through our noses. Just couldn't breathe.
Just
We were just
breathing
like,
through the mouth.
yeah. Um. So yeah, we were also
Dang.
sinusy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm still like, I feel like I have a drip.
Yeah, me too. It's just a constant drip. Yeah, it's just not pretty.
I'm gonna be dripping for the rest of my life. Your husband's an influencer.
He's trying. Oh my gosh. Wait, this is great. Everyone go follow Mikey Wiseman. He's he's really just over his job, I think. He's just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And how do I make the things that I'm passionate about money for myself?
Yeah.
So he's been cooking and doing his cooking videos, and he's loving it. He's having a blast. I'm like, this is great. He's getting like a proper setup, trying to do all the things. And he's having a really good time.
Is he
You
editing
gotta
them?
start somewhere. Yeah, he's editing him himself. Like, he's really going at it. Like, I don't know, he's got this program that he puts everything into, and he like, kind of like pieces everything together. I'm impressed because
I am too.
I
I'm very
would
proud of
not
it.
be able to do that. But it lets him share, his love for cooking, and it's going to open up opportunities for him to do his own little events and stuff, which he just loves to do. There's a big difference between, cooking and then cooking in restaurants. And he just really didn't want to go back into the restaurant world. Like we just never saw each other. So, this is like the perfect way that he can cook and do all of that and share what he loves to do. Um, and so yeah, it's been good.
You know what would be dope is if he became like a private chef and
Mm,
he got hired for like major trips, and y'all got to travel because of it, even more than you already do.
that would be very cool. Any reason for a trip.
You know what? We went to Perla on Saturday. Shout out to Perla.
Love.
And we were walking up, and Michael was like, "You think Melody's here?" And I was like, "Nah, she's in Germany." And he goes, "That checks out." Because y'all are literally never in town. We were like, they're either at Perla
But if we're in town,
or they're
yeah,
in another country. There's like no in between.
for sure. Like,
I was like,
wow, every day.
I need Melody's PTO schedule.
Yeah, it is nice that I do have a job that's very flexible, which is very nice. And I will say, because it was a death in the family, I was able to
Well,
take
obviously.
bereavement, which was nice. Yeah. But for sure, if if I'm in town, I'm getting a snack somewhere. But you know what? We also don't have two babies. So there's a big difference in what you want to do. I feel like if I had two babies, I might not want to go out sometimes and be like, I'm like too tired for that. So
I'm so
there's a
over it.
difference. Yeah. You're like, gotta get somebody to watch the babes because God knows, am I like gonna be strapping one on, sitting one in a chair? Like, is that fun?
Restaurant,
It's like,
restaurants with babies,
no,
hate it.
no. It's just like not, that just doesn't seem super fun. Unless they're literally newborn and they don't
Oh,
make a peep, you
oh,
know?
newborn, take them everywhere.
Newborn life, I'm sure, is great.
Great.
Great. But
Speaking of babies, my daughter is kind of the worst right now.
oh no.
And let me preface with I love her. I would never trade her for anything. So if you are listening and thinking I'm like a bad mom, well, I'm not. Okay. She's just so much right now. She is, first of all, 22 pounds and incredibly strong.
Mm,
And so, on top of her being extra strong, she doesn't want to sit still. So, like, if you were to hold her, she literally like rigor mortis like wiggles her way out, and like it's so strong that you can't stop her. Like, so I have to strap her into me, and the reason I have to strap her into me is because she has to be touched 24/7.
mm.
I'm going insane. Like, I'm going insane when I put her down to clean a dish, screams bloody murder. When I put her down to go pee pee, bloody murder. Put her down to take a bite of
No.
food, bloody murder. It's horrible right now. And this just
What?
started like a few weeks ago. Like, even on the trip, like she wouldn't let anyone else really hold her except me.
That's so
And I'm like, I
weird.
have 18 humans here. This
Yeah.
like I have help and I can't even really receive it.
Right.
So to this morning, she was in childcare for Soul, and the childcare girl was like, she literally looks at me and she goes, I don't know how you do it. After the hour. I was like, was she really hard for you? I was like, I thought that maybe if I wasn't in the room, she'd be easier.
Right.
And she
Yeah.
was like, she was like, I don't know how you get anything done. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, I don't do anything. I can't get anything done. And then by the end of the night, when Michael gets home from work, I'm like, take her, take all of them. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you at 8 p.m. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so over it.
Yeah.
This has got to be a phase that stops soon.
Well, you know that her parents are the strongest people I know. So,
Not
like,
strong
it
enough for her.
checks. It checks out that she's like doing backflips off of your shoulder because
I was gonna
she
say
just
she'll be
wants
in
to work out.
CrossFit in the next 6 months.
1000%. She'll be doing those, what are those chin up things?
Muscle ups.
Muscle ups.
She's
She'll be doing
climbing
those
rope.
muscle ups. Yeah. Yeah. 1000%.
And
CrossFit for babies.
today is the last day of school for William. So I'm like
Uh,
gonna be 2 kids. I did hire like a part-time nanny
Good.
starting next week. She'll do like 3 mornings a week for me, but I'm like kind of nervous for her because Coco's so hard. I'm like, do I need to pay them extra? Like, what do I do? Like, she's just
Just
tough.
see how it goes. No need to dish out more money for no reason. You never know. This
Oh,
woman
I
might.
can. I don't have any.
I have no money.
I don't know where it went.
What is up with that? Like, where does our money go?
I'll tell you where it goes.
Where?
Everything's like 3 times the price.
True.
Like, you can't even go buy what's something? Oh, my Diet Cokes that I get drive through at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They're like $3.25 now. I'm like,
What?
no, wait, that was Panera was $3.25. McDonald's is probably still 2 something, but still, that used to be
But
like
still,
99 cents for a
99
drink.
cents. Yeah, exactly.
That adds up too, because I get about 3 a week.
That is not where your money's going.
No, and let me
And
tell you though, it's not the same as a can. You have to go through the drive-through and get the fountain drink.
For sure.
So before you
It's
slide into my DMs and say, just buy the cans, it's cheaper, it'll
No.
last longer. I'm all about an experience.
No. $2 here and there is not going to change your bank account.
But what
I'm
is 2 kids.
2 kids and all the streaming services so that we can watch all the shows.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So, oh, by the way, how funny, speaking of streaming services, how funny was it when you texted me last week and you were like, "Are you on Patreon for the toast?" And I was like, "Duh, I already watched it."
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is
Like,
so exciting.
what's another
But you just never
$9 a
know.
month?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Okay, so there's like not a lot on right now on the television.
there's not. There's
But
nothing
leave it
like
to us. Leave it to us
gripping.
to find time to watch TV.
Something.
So
I got time.
we both just realized that we have been binging old episodes of Summer House.
Yes.
Which Summer House, have you watched current seasons at all?
No. I'm not that person that can just like jump in.
Oh, see, I can.
I like when the Scandival thing happened, like I didn't let myself really like watch the seasons that were happening or watch the season that was happening and listen to all the podcasts of all the drama until I was done leading up to it so that I was fully like getting my proper reaction on what was going on and who these people were and why it was a big deal. And so I obviously am not living under a rock. So I know what's happening with, Paige and Craig and like Lindsay's having a baby with Carl. And it's just kind of like,
No, she's not having a baby with Carl.
oh, is she not? Okay.
She's having a baby, but not with Carl.
But
So
not
you
with
might be
Carl.
living under a rock.
But is it Carl's baby?
No.
Oh, okay. I might be living under a rock. Okay, thank God. Because I was about to say, I am just so sad for Carl if he is attached to her for the rest of his life. But I am at the point where Carl and Lindsay are together.
Yeah.
Okay, somewhere I read that it was Carl's baby. So, like, I am not crazy. But
no, like naturally you would think, oh, that was 2 years ago. Like you're in season 7, so that was only 2 years ago.
Right,
You would
when they
think,
just got married.
I bet the baby she had was with Carl,
With Carl.
considering they're together.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, great. I can't wait to find out who the baby daddy is. Do we know though?
We know who he is, but he doesn't ever go on the show.
Oh, that's dumb.
Spoiler
okay,
alert.
whatever. Okay.
But Summer House is my favorite Bravo TV show.
I love it.
It's my favorite one because it feels so like lighthearted and fun. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like heavy like The Valley.
No.
It doesn't feel like un I don't know what the word is, unobtainable like Housewives. Like I'm just never
Right.
gonna live that life. Not that I like go to the Hamptons in the summer, but like it seems
Right.
like
But you
these are
could.
people who are friendly, they're
Yeah.
friends, they're my age,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely doable. Like it's a lifestyle that you could live.
I could
And
and
they're
maybe I will.
friends. And they're friends. That's the thing. It's like it's not a random casting of all these people that they're trying to put together and force storylines. It's like, no, they've been friends for so long and they're all connected in some way.
Yeah.
And at this point now you have a solid crew that's like a proper cast that keep coming back. So you're invested in them. Like I
Who's your
I
favorite?
love it. I really love it. And it gives me my New York itch. I'm real, when I'm missing my home, I'm like, all right, let me get some like New York uh vibes up in
Yeah.
here and like personality. I'm like just really, really enjoying it. And I don't know why I waited this long to watch it. So
I
if
did the same
you're
thing.
that person out there that's like, I'm not about to go back 9 seasons, blah 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 blah. It's so good. Like it truly is just like these people are wild. They just want to have fun. They just want to have fun on the weekends. They're like, I've been working so hard. They live for the weekend and they go full send always.
They send it.
They send it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of energy. Like I'm impressed that they even like I'm impressed Kyle Cook has that much energy to full send every weekend. But
He's not a normal human.
he's not a normal human. Like he has energy from somewhere. Like I don't know. But it's from like a well inside of him that never runs dry. Um Not the Lord either.
No,
Like definitely
this
not
is
not
not
Jesus
Jesus. Let me
Christ.
tell you what, it is not the Holy Spirit.
It's not the Holy Spirit. Some spirit. But it's so good. So I'm doing that right now. And because of that, I've really slacked on watching any new stuff.
Yeah. I started I'm one of those freaks that can start in like a random season. And then I go back and try to get to know the people.
No.
So I watched last season of Summer House, just jumped into it. And then this started this season of Summer House. And when I was starting this season, I was like, I love this show so much. Why don't I go backwards? So I
Yeah,
recently
go backwards.
went back and got to know the cast a little bit better. And let me tell you what, the context matters for some of these fights.
It does. And I will say, where you started in season 3, totally fine. No one wants to go back to season 1 and 2 with the
Yeah.
twins. They suck. And
No.
so I really think like jump in season 3, Paige comes in, it just really gets really, really good.
Yeah. I started with when Paige and Hannah came because
Perfect.
I
They're
love
so
Paige.
funny.
I love Paige.
Love Paige. Amazing.
Um, Speaking of Summer House and how it's just a bunch of drunk people partying on the weekends and it's dramatic. The opposite of that is the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives because they do all of this stone cold sober.
Yeah, that's scary.
Isn't that terrifying? I know you haven't started this season yet, but like every episode, I am truly in awe that these people, stone cold sober,
Are they
will.
though? I thought that they drank a little because, like, I know they're Mormon and they're not allowed to drink, but I thought that some of them drank.
I have an apple in my tooth. Hold on.
Oh, let's
It's
get
been there the
that.
whole time.
Oh,
Um, okay, so some of them do drink, but like when
okay.
they're filming at these parties, air quotes that they throw,
Yeah.
like they had a Halloween party this season, no alcohol. They had a Christmas party, no alcohol. So all these people are
Really?
literally just sitting around sober and like fighting. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
Wait, that's wild. Why do they not have alcohol? Is it because they're inviting other people that like would shame them for drinking?
Probably, but also some of them are like devout Mormons
That's true.
and some of them aren't. So I also think they're trying to highlight the Mormon culture
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
show. So it's like, it's insane. Season 2 is absolutely insane. I'm obsessed with this show. I can't
Yeah.
stop watching. It is like
I'm gonna watch it
truly,
today. Like I'm
oh,
binging the entire thing today. Like when we get off
text
this
me.
call, I'm you can find me on my couch. That's where I'll be.
Text me updates. I think we need like I think it's such a fascinating show to me because these women are like anywhere from like 23 to 30. They're young, okay?
Yeah.
And they all have at least 3 kids, which is
Right.
insane. Like some of them are 24 with 3 kids and I'm like, "You're a kid." Um also, I think it's fascinating because it's like they were forced to grow up, again, air quotes, so
Right.
young because of the Mormon culture. Like you get married at like 19 and then you start popping out babies. And so now they're like, it's almost
Rebelling.
like they're re-entering society, but as mothers. And so it's
Right.
fascinating because they act like children
Right.
and
But they never had like that rebellious phase.
never they
That's
never like went to
crazy.
college and partied and like had that
Yeah.
time to like find themselves and
Yeah.
learn regrets and all that. Like they are in their regret season, but they're mothers. It's
Yeah. Wild.
crazy.
Yeah, that's like crazy because you have so much more to lose, I feel like. That's
Oh,
it
and they don't care. They
and they
don't
don't
care.
care. But like having kids, being married, like I don't know, you have yeah,
Well, you
that's
have it's
that's
not just your
hard.
reputation. It's like it reflects
Right.
on your children and your family. Like think about these
Exactly.
kids that are going to like school and their moms like,
Are crazy on TV and they're
yeah,
getting probably
bullied.
bullied for it
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. That's sad.
It's honestly very sad, but like can't stop
It is
watching.
sad. Oh no, for sure not. Like I'm glad someone's capturing it so that we can watch.
I know,
And
truly.
I am fascinated by like the Mormon religion,
Yeah.
and I like that we have these shows like that in Salt Lake City Housewives that kind of highlight a different culture and like well not culture but religion
But
and
truly
just like a
cool.
way of living but truly a culture true yeah like it is a totally different way of living and it is kind of cool to be like exposed to that. I wish that they would do that more like for different religions or different cultures that you just like you just don't know much about. Like I don't
Now, do I want to be a Mormon? No.
know.
But
No.
it is fascinating and the craziest thing is like Utah culture because is majority Mormon
Yeah.
is like if they all look the same. Like I don't
They
know how to explain it.
do.
Like they all
They
have the
do.
same hair, the same
The same
work done.
extensions.
And like the thing about it is like you would think being like Mormon and godly and whatever, like they're like you would think like my body's a temple, but like
Yeah.
these women, like the culture is to like get procedures
Right.
and
That is so wild.
everything is like not truly real. Like, and listen, I'm
Yeah.
not against this stuff, but like
No.
it's like from season 1 to season 2, like one of the girls comes in and she's like, "This is the work I had done." Like they all have boob jobs, they all get Botox, they all have filler, they all have lip filler, they all have one of the Taylor Frankie Paul's mom from season 1 to season 2 got a face lift. Like a
What?
straight up went under the knife and got her whole face lifted. And that's like celebrated. I'm like,
And but you can't drink.
well, you can't drink, but you can do ketamine. Like it literally
Yeah.
makes
The
no
ketamine
sense.
thing.
It's so
So weird.
hypocritical,
It
but it's
is
fascinating.
so strange.
It's fascinating and I love
It is
it.
fascinating.
But we are watching The Valley. That's kind of like the only thing we're watching at the same
Yeah.
time.
That is true. Yeah, there's nothing else, right? Like I'm watching Top Chef, but that's really
That's when you know.
I love some Top Chef. I don't know. But uh The Valley is I don't know how I feel about it. It's
Dark.
kind of hard to watch
Yeah,
because I don't necessarily like anyone and
not one.
not a one. I'm trying to think of literally all the couples. Who do we have?
Jax and Brittany hate Jax. I like Brittany. She's fine.
I like Brittany.
Michelle and Jesse hate them both.
Oh God.
I like Kristen Doty actually.
I know I never did like Kristen
Me
really
neither.
much, like on Vanderpump Rules, but
I like her on the Valley.
she's like kind of being a sounding board of
Who would have
reason.
thunk?
Who would have thunk?
Kristen and Luke. Nia and Danny.
And then
Jasmine.
Jason.
Oh yeah, Jason and Janet. I don't
Janet.
like Janet. I like Jason.
Me too. He's boring, but that's the whole point, is like,
I think that's
he's
why
a
I
little
like him.
boring because he's like a normal human.
Yeah.
And then
Zach and Jasmine and Jasmine's girlfriend, which I can't
girlfriend.
remember her name.
I know, I can't either. But yeah, I just don't love like anybody particularly much, and it's like really hard to watch Jesse kind of be this persona. And at first, I wasn't like very full like send Michelle like at first, because I think like she's also not my cup of tea either. Like, she's just kind of boring also, but not in a good way.
Boring.
Not like not boring like Jason, where you're like, oh, he just is boring because he's normal guy, and maybe not the best television because he's not overly dramatic. But she just kind of whines and like complains. But I will say, Jesse is really showing it to us. Like, it's not great.
He's like the scariest kind of person, because at least with Jax is like, so there's a thumbs up. Why does that thing come up? Oh my gosh. I have fireworks now. It only happens when I'm recording with you, can I just say?
We're so expressive with our hands.
We are so expressive. So with Jax, he's like outwardly horrible. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like,
he's not hiding anything. He's
not
like,
hiding.
this is who I am, and he can't even pretend to be anybody else. He's that awful. But
he's easy. It's easy to pinpoint like his problems. Where with Jesse, he's actually pretty good at remaining calm and almost mind effing you into
he's very
like,
manipulative.
do I like him or do I not? Am I team Jesse or am I not team? Like, it's hard to. And then she's like, no, he's manipulative. And then you're starting to pick up on it when he has these conversations. He remains calm, and he makes these little jabs that are very little, but he knows what cuts the deepest, and he does it. He doesn't know. He's relentless.
He is relentless.
He's almost the worst kind of ex.
For sure, because he's going to do
with Jax, you could just be like,
unhappy.
Yeah. With Jax, you can be like, everyone knows he's a terrible person. I can see it. Everyone can see it. But with Jesse, he can trick people into like being
on his
Jesse.
side. Yep. It's so true. That is so, so true. Yeah. So
I don't really like anyone. I mean, Nia's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine.
That's fine.
About it.
Yeah.
Danny, weird.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Danny, weird. Yeah.
Like, he's fine, but when he drinks, he's weird.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. Like,
that's kind of it. Yeah. I'm not like team anybody.
Honestly, I'm kind of ready. At first, when we were talking about, or when we were watching The Valley, I was like, I don't want any of the old people to come back, but I'm like ready for like Lala and Sheena and Schwartz.
Yeah. Weasel your way in, please. And like spice things up and like be superficial. Like, I don't know. I just kind of need it.
Yeah. I just kind of need some seasoned veterans for reality TV who know how to stir drama and still get people to like them.
Yes, exactly. Please.
That's kind of all I'm watching though.
I know, same.
Kind of sad. We are watching Survivor, but you don't watch Survivor.
Oh yeah, I don't. Is that like new or is that old? New Survivor?
We're watching the current season, yeah.
Oh, okay. There is a current. Okay. I didn't know it was still on air.
It's been fair. It's been on since 2001.
Yeah, it's like the longest running.
The first reality TV show ever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that's kind of it. Just a little
check
in.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice
to do that.
I miss you too. This is
well,
beautiful.
Listeners, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Melody, I'll talk to you soon. I'll be texting you all day while you're.
Yeah, while I'm watching Mormon Wives.
Correct. All right, ladies, go tune into all these shows, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heart and Soul. If this episode encouraged you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Talk to you next week.